Dumelang, welcome to another 10-minute yoga session. Start with your deep breathing and setting an intention for your session or for the day, even if it's to just get a good night's rest if you're doing this at night. So today we'll be doing a lot more standing, and this is not necessarily an easy one, a bit more challenging, but do give it a try. We start off by pushing off of the mat into a down dog. Make sure to engage all 10 fingers so that you don't put too much pressure on your wrists. And then we're just going to warm the hamstrings by walking the dog, that is pedaling the feet one after the other. And then start to kick one leg up into the sky behind you. And then squeezing your belly in, bring the leg in front of you and come down to a pigeon pose. So this helps to stretch out your hips and your lower back. It's really good for your knees and your quads as well. So this is going to be a bit of a long hold pose, so you're going to stay here for a little bit. And I know I said we're going to do a lot of standing, but this is one of the few times we will be actually down on the mat. So you want to stay here and try not to lean onto one side. See if you can be centered and not leaning to one side. So make sure to take deep, deliberate breaths here. Try to especially extend your exhales. It'll help the body relax more. If you're doing this at night before sleep, you can even prop up a pillow underneath you to rest. So start to gently come up, still trying to keep centered. And we're just going to stretch the chest first before getting into the quads by reaching for that back leg and squeezing it in. This might feel a little more challenging, but again, today we're just challenging ourselves, seeing if we can do it. So just breathe through that discomfort you will feel, particularly in the front of the thigh. It's really good for you. And then you can gently release and then come to a twist. I like to do a twist right after this one. Always feels good for my thighs and for my lower back. So remember, you're twisting and trying to keep straight. Try not to hunch over in your twists. And then we're just going to come back to that down dog. Remember, if this is your first down dog, try to keep the knees a little bent. But if you're seasoned yogi, you can straighten them. And then now it's the other side. The leg comes up behind you and then forward into a pigeon. Remember, you're trying to keep centered so that you're not leaning onto one side, particularly the side with the bent knee. So start to come down and then relax the body as much as you can. This will feel a little uncomfortable, especially if it's your first time. So just breathe through the discomfort. I know a lot of my students hate when I tell them that, but sometimes you just really do need to breathe through the discomfort and embrace the discomfort, because much as in life, with great discomfort comes great growth. So we want to grow in yoga, we have to lean into the discomfort. So remember to breathe deeply, extending your exhales as much as you can, and allowing the body to keep leaning into the pose. Then when you're ready, start to come up, still keeping centered. Then draw out your arms so that you're stretching the chest while balancing. And then reach for that back foot. Now we're getting into the quads a little bit. This might feel a little painful, but it's good for you. I really encourage it. Just breathe through that discomfort. And then release. And then if you are paying attention, you'll notice there's something that we skipped here. I'll let you comment if you've noticed. So just come and take a relaxation in a child's pose, putting your head down, and then move your hands to the other side so that we can stretch the side of the body here. Very neglected area, by the way. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Remember, whatever we do on one side, we have to do on the other side. That should give you a clue. And then come back and start to come up into that down dog. You can pedal the feet if you feel like it. Otherwise, try to get some stillness here. Breathing deeply. Then bring one leg up behind you, kicking it as high up as possible, and then bring it between the hands. This maneuver can be a little tricky, but the trick is to pull your stomach in, your navel in, so that you can have enough power to bring your foot forward. And then we're just going to come up into a twist here. Notice how the back foot comes up a little bit, so try not to keep the foot down. This protects your knee. And then we're just going to come into a side lunge or a ninja lunge or a Spider-Man lunge, as my 3-year-olds like to call it. And then come up to the other side. We're in a lunge here again, a high lunge, and then a twist. This can be very tricky too, so be careful not to fall forward and hurt your head. You want to be very careful. But even if you fall, I promise you can get back up and get back to it. Just don't hurt yourself. And then come to a ninja lunge on the other side. This also can be tricky, so please be very careful. And then back to a down dog, finding some stillness here if you can. You can pedal the feet again if you like. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, kicking the foot back and then bringing the foot forward between the hands. Remember, we're in a high lunge here, so the back heel is up, and this helps to protect the knee, like I said. So now we get into a twist here. Be careful not to fall, but if you're not careful, what will happen? You will fall. So you start to fall, and I fell because, well, not because I wasn't being careful. I was really just staring at you and checking whether you're doing what I'm teaching. So whenever you fall, remember you can always get back up, not just in yoga, but in life. So you can come up, do your twist again, and then come to a ninja lunge on one side. Notice how I almost fall on that side as well. But in yoga, you give yourself grace. Always give yourself grace. And then I turn around and give it another twist here, keeping the back heel up and twisting my chest as much as possible, almost like I want my chest to face up. And then ninja lunge on the other side. We are reversing back to a down dog. Then you can stay in this down dog. It's okay if your heels are a little elevated in your down dog, that's okay. But as your hamstrings warm up, they will flatten. And then we're just going to come into a chaturanga, which is like a reverse push-up. And then an up dog, and then come back up. Notice how in that up dog, the knees were also hovering and not down. So from here, we're not bringing the foot all the way to the hands, just close so that we can come into a triangle. Notice that both legs are straight here, so the front knee is not bent. And then hold on to the ankle here and bring the arm up. Try to rotate the top shoulder as far back as you can and stay up at your thumb. And then bring everything down, and we're just going to do that but in a twist. The legs remain as they are. And then bring your forehead to your knee again. It's really good for you. You will hear some cracks if you are my age. And then we're just going to come to a forward fold before switching sides and doing the other side. And then try to reach your forehead to that knee just to warm your hamstrings a bit more. And then hold on to the ankle and bring the arm up, pulling the shoulder away as far back as you can, looking up at the thumb. You might hear some cracks. And then we're just going to keep the legs, almost fell. Keep the legs where they are, and then we will twist. And then we'll come to a forward fold here. If your hamstrings feel tight, please keep a bend in your knees. That will help to protect your knees and to have a good posture. And then I like to clasp my hands behind me so that I can also involve my shoulders. So I come up as I inhale and I go down as I exhale. Come up as I inhale and I go down as I exhale. And then I release, and then I force my forehead towards my knees. Again, do this only if you're comfortable. You don't have to go all the way. Today is just a challenge, a fun little challenge you can try. And then as you come up, please take your time, maybe 2 to 3 breaths to come up so that you don't get lightheaded. So as we finish up our session, remember to please subscribe to this channel and come back for more videos. And I hope you guys are really, really trying this. So arms up, palms together. See you in the next one.